Hey everyone, this is Isaac here, and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2022. Today's review is of The Bad Guys, and you want to know something weird? Even if I've trashed Dreamworks Animation's previous 4 movies, I was really excited for this one. Yeah, truth be told, no major animation studio out there is truly 100% hopeless. Okay, maybe Illumination is, since their output has been either mediocre or insufferable, and I guess Blue Sky Studios, since, well, they're dead, but other than them, there's always a chance for a struggling animation studio to have their moment similar to when Sony Animation made Into the Spider-Verse, and only a year after the Emoji Movie. And this moment seemed to finally come to Dreamworks with their adaptation of the popular book series by Aaron Blabby? I am pretty sure I butchered that. But anyways, I read the books before this came out, and I must say, they're pretty good. They have a pretty simple premise, but its simplicity is part of what makes them so enjoyable, along with the humor and the characters. And while it seemed like this movie would be a bit different from the books, I was still excited for it since I'm fine with adaptations of media changing some stuff up about it as long as it's still good as its own thing. I mean, it's been almost half a decade since Dreamworks made Captain Underpants, which was rather different from the books, but it was still able to work both as an adaptation and as a standalone movie. Of course, you don't want to change too much stuff in an adaptation, otherwise you won't be able to appeal to fans of the source material and most likely won't even be enjoyed by newcomers, but if the old and new elements can work together in harmony, you can get a pretty good product. But enough about adaptations, let's get back on track. The Bad Guys movie is out, I saw it, and how was it? Honestly, all I can say is that if this is Dreamworks' apology for making Trolls World Tour and Spirit Untamed, then I accept that apology, because even if I knew this would be good, I was still blown away by it. So, this movie's plot is sort of the same as the books, where a gang of criminal animals try to do good things to make people like them, but as I expected, there's quite a lot of changes from the books. There's still some book-accurate scenes, but for the most part it's trying to be its own thing. So while it's not very accurate to the books, which held its quality down just a tiny bit, it still works extremely well as its own thing. The writing and pacing are really good, the humor is consistently funny outside of a couple poo-poo fart jokes, and the dialogue and the voice acting in general is absolutely fantastic. All the actors here did great, the characters had great chemistry with each other, especially Mr. Wolf and Diane, or Girl Boss as I call her, and seeing the titular Bad Guys gang finally becoming good by the end felt really satisfying, and it gave a good message on how people can improve themselves even if it seems like they're completely hopeless. It was especially a good message for me since I've been in my fair share of internet drama before, so hearing that you can improve from your mistakes, even if it may take some time, and even if you've made a lot of mistakes before, really resonated with me. Plus, going back on the writing, this is one of those rare movies where the cliches actually work. Especially 2 of the most tired cliches in recent memory, the third act breakup and the twist villain. Speaking of which, I guess since Marmalade is what you'd call a twist villain, let's touch upon twist villains and why a lot of them are dumb. I mean, not all of them are bad, as the first couple times Disney used this trope with characters like Syndrome and Lotso, it worked extremely well. But once more and more movies started having one of its characters revealed to be evil out of the blue, it became less and less of a surprise and more of an eye-rolling cliche. I mean, the last time I genuinely liked a twist villain from Disney was with Ernesto de la Cruz in Coco, which came out almost 5 years ago, mind you. But other than that, most of the twist villains we've gotten in recent years have been really stupid, really confusing, or in some cases, both. But with Marmalade, while I did see him coming as the villain since he was a major antagonist in the books, he still worked well as an antagonist, and also as another commentary on how people who seem altruistic to most can end up doing some insanely messed up stuff behind closed doors. Sure, I don't like to use themes as a means of justifying something's quality, but even putting the real world implications aside, Marmalade was still a good villain in my eyes. But enough about the substance, let's talk about the style. By that I mean the animation, and holy crap, it looks amazing. It definitely seems like after Into the Spider-Verse, a lot more animated movies have been trying to have very stylized visuals, mainly in the form of animating on twos. And The Bad Guys definitely feels like one of those movies, with its animation being similar to that of The Mitchells vs. the Machines, with some smooth character animation mixed with a lot of 2D elements, and it works extremely well here, especially with the great character animation that's extremely expressive and off the walls crazy, but also calm and relaxed if need be, which I feel fits the tone of this movie really well. But with all that aside, let's try to sum things up here. The Bad Guys is easily one of Dreamworks' best films in recent years, and maybe even one of their best films in their entire filmography, and a sign that, like the titular Bad Guys, they can still do good things despite all their mistakes. Even if it has its shortcomings with its large amount of changes to the books and the predictability in some of the twists, the writing is still very well executed, the animation is stunning, the voice acting is excellent, the dialogue is enjoyable, and the action scenes are a lot of fun. For anyone who likes heist movies, crime movies, or Dreamworks movies that don't suck, this is definitely worth a watch. I know I've been harsh on the studio before, but this is a sign that they've still got some good in them, and maybe we'll be able to see more of that good stuff in the future. Keyword, maybe. With that review done and dusted, next time I'm going to be talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. As a fan of the first Doctor Strange, and as one of the 8 people who liked WandaVision, I'm pretty excited to see these two characters teaming up, in addition to the fact that Sam Raimi himself is directing this. Hopefully it'll be good, but anyways, thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. Subscribe if you want to see more garbage like this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!